Alright, picking it up to a hover. So here's how I do it. I'm going to start increasing the collective. Notice that as I'm doing that, I am applying a fair amount of left pedal. I'm pulling in just a little bit of aft and left cyclic as well. I have not trimmed yet. I'm waiting for the tail wheel lock select to disappear, indicating that the helicopter is off the weight on wheels or the squat switch. There it is. Aircraft is now light on the wheels. Heading hold would take over at this point. That's where I'm going to start seeing the SAS on the control indicator start doing stuff for me. Once I get the helicopter up here and stable, I'm going to trim, and then I'm just using pressure, counter pressure to kind of maintain my position over the ground. I'm using close-in cues, far cues, kind of supplementing the acceleration cue with those visual cues out in front of the aircraft. So, you know, this taxiway line, these trees out there, I'm just kind of looking near, far, trying not to chase the acceleration cue, trying to get those good close-in cues to hold the hover. Trim just a little bit there, forward cyclic. Need to increase the collective. Now, as I increase the collective, I'm not doing anything with the pedals because I've got heading hold. Heading hold is working to maintain my heading for me, and you can see that it's doing a pretty decent job. 220 is what I was on, and that's what it's holding. Let's see, get a little bit more stable here. All right, there we go. If I want to go up to an OG hover, I am going to have to kind of help this out just a little bit because the heading hold is kind of anemic when I start applying a lot of collective. So I need to increase the collective, bring the helicopter up, maintain that position with the cyclic, using those close in and distance cues to help maintain my position. All right, get to my desired altitude. Now I need to come back down. A little bit of half cyclic here, holding that position. Just letting the helicopter come on down. Assisting the heading hold as need be with the pedals, and returning to the 5 foot. I may need to trim just a little bit. Trim. There we go. Now, to use the hold modes, you really need to have the aircraft stable. They're hold modes. They don't, you know, they don't work real well unless you've actually flown the aircraft to a trim state before you engage them. So now that I'm here, I'm going to engage the attitude and altitude hold, and they're just going to hold my position for me. It's that simple. If you try and engage it with a little bit of forward ground speed, what's going to end up happening is the aircraft is going to start fighting you. Well, not fighting you, but it's going to try to stop the helicopter, but it's going to have overshoots and undershoots and all that kind of stuff, and it's not going to be a pleasant experience for you. They are hold modes. They require you to have the aircraft in a position for it to be able to successfully hold that position. Holds off, and then we're just going to reduce the collective, let the aircraft settle to the ground nice and slow, a little bit of right cyclic. There we go, aircraft is on the ground. And trim, and we're done.